Hi folks, Rich Pasini from Pasini.com. Coming to you today to do a brief demo video. I hope it's going to be brief. And it's in regards to the printer you see on the screen here, the Epson WF-2530. I just want to go over it really quick with you. The printer that I have here, I'm going to move this. I'm going to move the webcam down so you can see it. I'm sorry it's late evening here, kind of over here, so you might not get the greatest lighting. But I just want to go over it really quick. Just tell you a little about it. It is pre-owned. It does work. It powers up. It does scanning. The only thing, as I say in a lot of my videos, when it comes to pre-owned printers, 9 out of 10 you're going to have to buy the cartridges for the printer in order to go on, proceed with all the other functions. This printer does come with a USB printer cable and the AC power cord. Okay, I'm using it right now. I plugged in the USB printer cable into my computer to show you that it does work. We're just going to do a scan test. I'm going to show you that it does connect to the Windows 10 operating system, and that you can see it. You'll see that Windows 10 does acknowledge this printer. I'll go into the printer setup in a second. The overall printer is clean inside and out. Excuse me. I got a piece of I got a little advertisement here for the scanning process, so I'm going to just take that out. But for now, here you got a scan bed here. Here's your glass here. Get the backing here. You can't see that too good. I'm sorry, folks. Okay, this is nice and clean. Everything is pretty clean here, as you can see. Okay, you got the auto dock feeder here. If you do get something jammed in here, you would lift this up. I know it makes a snapping sound. It probably sounds like, oh my gosh, he's breaking the printer. No. But it does. This is how you would take out a paper jam if you did have one. It's got an auto dock feeder here. You got an adjustable paper tray here, or paper for the paper size. When you lift it up to change the ink, of course you got to turn the printer on. We're going to do that in a second. The printer carriage will retract over here, allowing you to take the cartridge out, but it has to be in the on position. Okay. You can't see it on a webcam here, but it's telling you the cartridges it needs. 200 and 200 XL. You can use either one. Standard capacity is the 200, and the if you want high yield, it's the high capacity is 200 XL. So you got 200 on the standard capacity and 200 XL on the high capacity cartridges. That's what it takes. The printer overall is clean. Okay, in and out. It does have minor scuff marks over here. Okay, I will point that in the description, but it also has minor scuff marks over here. Like I said, it's late evening. Well, not late evening, but it's like 8 o'clock here, so it is kind of late considering. I usually do these during daylight, so I have more light to illuminate the item. Okay, but overall, I wanted to get this up there on eBay. You have the adjustable paper thing here. This is where your paper would go. Your output paper tray, which comes out like that. Keep that closed for now. This goes up here in case something comes out. This is where your paper go in. It feeds in and it comes out over here. Okay. And now I'm going to power it on. I already did a Wi-Fi detection. This printer does have Wi-Fi on it, and you're going to see the light up. It is a copy, fax, and scan printer. Okay. So I'm going to power it up. I'm going to mute the sound so you can hear it powering up over here. Just let me mute that for a second. Okay. And I'm going to power it on, and you can listen to it. I'm sure I powered it on here. Excuse me. Let me guess. I pulled the plug out. Right? I'll probably pull the plug. Let's see. Try it again here. There we go. Thought the plug. The plug was a little loose. Sorry about that, folks. I like to do live demos. You know. Okay. It's giving you a message here. It says, "Do you want to reset when you first start up?" I'm going to say no because I already put some information in. Okay. It's a quiet printer, as you can see. Excuse me, sorry. Okay. As you can see, it does have a Wi-Fi setup. The Wi-Fi light is on. Now, on the other hand, you're going to have to do the Wi-Fi setting up. It's pretty cut and dry. The only thing is when you're doing the Wi-Fi setup and it detects an area where you have like, you know, free Wi-Fi, it's one of these type of things where you're gonna have to go like, let's say it's C, you have to click, 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 click until you get to C. Then if you got to go to B or whatever, you go click, 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 and it goes like that. The numbers, the same thing with the numbers. Okay, you got to do that thing when you got to key in your what do you call it? Your network ID. Okay, even myself, I had to figure that one out because I have an HP PhotoSmart printer. And it's a little different setup. I don't have to go all through that there, click, click, and all that stuff there just to get the numbers. Because my network ID I'm on Verizon. It's alphanumeric. It's you know, letters, and it's got numbers on it too. Okay, so you're gonna have to play with the Wi-Fi setup. So if you get it, please don't say it can't connect to the Wi-Fi. If it does, you gotta play around with it. You have to work with that part. I can't help you with that because, you know, that's something that's gonna be done at your home. Okay, now again. You're going to get a message over here, replace the following ink, okay? It's saying over here cartridges, right, or cartridge. And it's showing over here, well, it says cartridges, open parentheses, yellow, okay? So it's saying it needs the yellow cartridge. But like I tell people in all the videos I do, you're best off just getting a whole new set of them, okay? You're better off just getting a whole new set instead of putting one in there because you don't know how much the level is on the other ones. I didn't do an ink level check on this here. I'm sure there's probably a way to do it. I don't want to play around with it too much. I pretty much want to get this thing set up and, you know, go through a quick little, you know, demo with it with you guys because I know sometimes I could last a long, long time, and I want to try to speed this up as quick as possible. Okay, so when you, like I said again, when you open this up here, well, that's the flatbed. When you open up on the sides here, the carriage, print carriage, should retract over here once you acknowledge it. Okay, it says print over here. We're just going to click no for now. But normally, if you were going to change it, you would, I'm just reading what the message over here is. Okay. What would happen would be is this here would retract this way. I don't want to go too quick with it because I want to try to get, well, let's see if I can do this really quick here. That's the print there. Okay. I'm just trying to get this here to work. I don't want to initialize the settings again because I already did this here. So let's go back to here. You'll know what I'm talking about. When it comes to replacing the cartridges, when you hit the button, you got to look at the function keys on the LED. This will retract. The print will retract, and they just pop out. It's pretty cut and dry. If you get the printer, I've been getting, sometimes people will email me, say, I got the printer, but it's not working. And sometimes they ask for advice, what would you do? And I give them advice, and 9 out of 10, it helps. Sometimes the people, on the other hand, they will have a problem with it trying to do the initial setup. It's pretty cut and dry to replace ink cartridges. A lot of people probably say, why don't you just invest in ink cartridges, and, you know, this way you don't have to worry about going through the whole format, explaining this whole thing over and over again. I can do that. That's true. I could do that there. But you know what? The reason why I like to do it this way is because if the person buys it, you know, they get the feel of what it's all about, putting it in, you know, installing it. You know, you might as well, if you're going to buy the printer, you might as well have an idea on how to work it, you know, and take care of it and do the maintenance on it. And not only that, it holds me up too, and then I have to tag on that price as far as the ink cartridges. They're not going to be, they're not that expensive, as far as I know. On eBay, you could probably get them a lot cheap, and we're going to go through that really quick. Okay, so anyway, that's what we got going on over here. Okay, now I'm going to show you that it does connect to the Windows operating system, as you can see here. Okay, so I'm going to do this over here for a second. Over here, I got another window open up here, actually two. I'm going to do the first one. I'm going to do over here. I'm going to show you on the system. My system here, it shows you right here. It's a Windows 10, right? And it goes on the Windows 10 Home. Okay, so it's HP Pavilion. That's what I have. So you could see right there, and then that's my operating system. Okay, it's a 64-bit, as you can see right here. Now I'm going to go back, and I'm going to go to Device and Printers. Now you can see over here, it's right here. They got two of them for the fax and the regular series printer. This is the default one with the green check. You can see it says Epson WF-2530. Again, this is on the Windows 10 Home operating system. So you should have no problem. If it's working on my system, it should work on yours. Okay. So what we're going to do is, we're not going to go to this one just yet to do the scan, because you got to go to if you're going to do a scan test, you got to go to the second one. Now you might say, why is that? I don't know. Like I said, I don't own this printer. I do the test, the basic test on it. So this is the what we're going to work with right now. So you're going to right click it here, And you're going to see all these little prompts here. See what's printing, set the full printer. It's simple enough to set it. If you want to just go like this, you set it, the green arrow jumps over here. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take this color little advertisement. I'm going to open it up here, and I do it live. I'm going to let you see it live here. Okay. You're probably saying, why go all through this trouble? Because I like to prove to people that the item I'm selling is not, non-working. Just to give you a heads up on it. Okay, so now you can see the printer has the document in there. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to right-click here, and I'm going to click here, which says Start Scan. Okay. You could do the preview. We're going to leave the preview window on. It's on the flatbed. Okay, and we're going to click Scan. Right now it's saying scanning. You can see the light green blinking. Very quiet. Okay. The resolution is also going to determine how fast this prints. This is set for 300 dpi. Now, if this was like 1200 or whatever, it'd be a lot slower. It depends how crisp and the crisp resolution you need on that particular document that you're printing out. If you're going to do a photo, you might want to increase it. Okay, so now it's going to do here. It does the import. We're going to review. We're going to do the next. We're going to import it. I use what I call the operating. You could say I did it twice, but I just wanted to test it out. This is the second one. This is the first one. This is the second one. I use Microsoft Picture Express, as you can see right here. Okay. And folks, you can see, look how nice and clear it is. Look at this. Look how nice and clear it is. I'm going to take it out of here. Okay, let me move the window down here so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to close this one out. There it is. Okay, it's pretty clear. I think it's very clear, considering. I don't have all the final adjustments on mine. You could do it with this with Windows Windows Picture Express. You could do touch-ups with it. You could do special effects. If you could make it brighter. You could make the contrast on it and stuff like that. You could auto fix it. But to me, that is really nice and crisp and clean. Okay, so we know the fax machine. We know it scans. Now, you might be saying, well, what about the printer, about making the copies? Here's the thing with these printers, and all printers, okay? The HP Photo Smart I had. If you do not put that printer cartridges in there, the one it's asking for, you will not be able to proceed to the next step. That's just the way it works. That's the way all printers work like that. As far as I know, I deal with the Epsons, Brothers, and HPs, okay? Matter of fact, I have a Brother printer and an HP on right now on eBay, which I'm looking to sell, and this will be the Epson now. Okay, so yes, you will not be able to go any further than that. As you can see again, we'll move it down here. You see the green lights. The top one is the power light, and this is the Wi-Fi light right here. So it does detect Wi-Fi. Again, if you get it and you say, well, geez, I got it. I try to set it up. I can't get the Wi-Fi to work. You're going to have to play around with that. Sometimes they're going to tell you, I know on my HP, when I had to set the HP, I have the PhotoSmart 7520, they'll tell you to push the modem, I think it is, the modem or the router button. You got to push it in order for it to connect, the signal to connect. That's what I had to do on that one there. But I did it on my HP. It connected, no problem. But again, it's here though, okay? It's in my home, so this is why it's easy for me to do it that way. The other thing I want to go with you really quick, I had one buyer stating to me one time recently, bought a printer from me. It's the Brother MFC. I don't know. She claims she can't get it to work. She wants to send it back. I know what the problem is. I would try to tell her, but she's very persistent, and she wants it. Look, I held for a 30-day money-back guarantee. Okay. Here's what I want to say. One thing though, to potential buyers, whenever buyers hold on to get these things, sometimes these printers and stuff like that, and other items, please don't wait 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and say, I want to send it back. If you're going to get this printer from me, when you get it, take it out of the box, power it up, order your cartridges, whatever. Once you get everything all set up, work with it, you know. Try to get it going right there and then. Don't wait 2 or 3 weeks to send it back to me, because I'm over here thinking, oh, and you know something? I don't even get feedbacks from the buyers because they don't tell me if it works, if it's not good, they're satisfied, they're not satisfied with the service. So I'm in limbo. So that's why I'm trying to say, you know, if you are the potential buyer of this printer or any merchandise I get, please don't wait 2 or 3 weeks to send it back, because if nobody leaves a feedback, I don't know, you know, if you're happy with it, you're satisfied with my service. I don't know, you know, that's what I'm trying to say. And nobody lets me know things. And this person that wants to send the printer back, she had the printer about a little over 2 weeks. And, you know, I don't know why she kept it that long. She said she had some kind of family matter that came up, and that's why she never got to it. She never. The way I understood the email, it seems like she never took it even out of the box. So I don't know why you would order something and not open it up and just hold on to it. You know, when I get something, I take it out of the box and I test it out. I'll work with it and do what I have to do with it. But please, if you get the printer, you know, that if you don't have the same day, I mean, if you're at work, it's a different story, or the next day, please work with it. You know, make sure you got your cartridges, put fresh ink cartridges in there. The other thing I want to say is when you do put ink cartridges in there, you might have to do an alignment test on it, and you might have to perform the clean printer cartridge test to, you know, prime them up and stuff like that to get it to work. I never had a problem with them. I mean, last time I had a printer sent back to me, I got it back. They said, the buyer said they couldn't do anything. They couldn't figure it out. I got it back. I tested it. It worked fine. There was nothing wrong with it. As a matter of fact, I resold it. So that's all I'm asking. If you're going to be the buyer of this printer, please, when you get it, test it out as soon as you can and send it back to me. If you don't like it, send it back within that time frame. Don't wait 2 or 3 weeks. Okay? And, you know, if you are happy with it, if you do decide to keep it happy, you want to drop me a feedback and say, the print is nice condition, it works good, I'm very happy with the seller, so whatever, so on and so forth. But please don't wait 2 or 3 weeks to send it back. Okay, I think we went over the condition of this here. Like I said over here, I don't know if I showed it to you, I just noticed it just now. It's got a little scuff mark over here, like a little abrasion here. Okay, overall the printer is pretty clean, and I'm sure if you get it, if you're the lucky buyer of this printer, I think you will see the same thing. You might agree with me that the printer is in clean, very clean condition. Outside the minor little scuffs might have on a very light one, but up here you can see it up here. Okay, and I don't think there's any. I think there's something on the tray here, a little on the tray. There's like I don't know if there's a label. I don't feel sticky or not. I try to get it off, but it probably feels like a little adhesive. Might need a little more cleaning. But otherwise, no, there is one right over here, an abrasion over here, a little light scuff on there. Otherwise, that's the story with that. So now we know the printer scans. Windows 10 does acknowledge that the printer is, you know, it does accept the printer, as you can see it right here. All right, it's got the two of them. It's got the series printer, and it's got the one for the series fax. On the other hand, if you're going to do a scan, you're going to probably have the same setup like I have. Just remember to use the one that has the fax on it. Now, the other question I got, I'm going to close these windows out because I think you know already. People always say there's no software with it or there's no user manuals. The printers I sell, I don't have, because they're pre-owned from a previous owner, they do not have software with it. You do not need to have the software with it. If you need manuals, it's all on their website, and that's what I told the person who bought the other printer. They said there was no software with it, and no user manuals included. I stated it right in my video that, and I even showed them in the video where to go to pull that information. Now, here I have over here I typed in over here in the Google search Epson WF-2530. This is what it came up with. What you would do is it detected, now the operating system's automatically detected. You can see here it says Windows 10 64-bit detected. Now if you're saying, well, I don't have a Windows 10 operating system, do the pull down menu and you will see it goes from 10 to 8 to 7 to XP all the way down to Vista. Okay, so you should have and even Mac, it's got even the Mac drivers. What I did was, because it auto detected, I went over here. It says drivers and utility combo package. It's 138.4 megabytes. I click the download button, and you gotta stand, you gotta sit there with it and acknowledge the prompts. Okay, because if you walk away from it and you say, well, I'm gonna go have breakfast or whatever, dinner or whatever, you gotta acknowledge the prompts because it is 138.4 megabytes, so it is going to take a little time. And then just reply to the prompts, and you should have no problem with it. Now, they even have videos over here too. You could probably still register this here. I registered my HP PhotoSmart printer, and I didn't buy it brand new, but I sent it in. I got the serial number. I sent it in, even though it's pre-owned, and HP had no problem with it. They accepted it. Now, in regards to manuals, the lady says there's no user software or no manuals. Right here, you would click it on. Most of the time, it's going to be a PDF. So what you do is you look for the one you want. Okay, this is the PDF startup guide. Here's the user guide here. Okay, you would click the PDF one here. Okay, you would click that one, and it'll go through the little format here. It's going to go through the PDF viewer. And here you go. You got the user guide right here. Now, I can't supply this here. I can't print it out for you. It's 271 pages. So as I always state in my videos, if you need a specific function, or let's say you want to know how to set up the fax or whatever it may be, I'm not going to go through the whole format with you, but I'm just going to show you. Let's see here. For example, selecting basic print settings. So it's on page 56. So you would click that. Okay. Now, it's going to take you to 56, okay, and 57. So what you would do is you would go over here if this is where it ends, or maybe you might have to go to 57 to 58 or whatever. Let's just take it. We'll use this as an example. Let's say from 56 to 58. What you do is you go to File, because you don't want to print out 271 pages. I know I don't. You go to Print Preview. Okay, make sure you do the Print Preview. Okay, it's preparing. It's not printing it out. Okay, so what happens is you go to print. Okay, if I can get this here, it's probably reading all that stuff there. It is 270 pages. Okay, now I know it looks like I just printed it and I didn't know. Okay, so what you're going to do is you go over here, Pages. Okay, you would comment these out and you put 56 like this through 58. I'm not going to click it on because then it'll be my printer buffer. And you would click OK. Now it'll print out those specific pages. You don't have to print the whole thing. If you want to print out 271 pages and you want to use a lot of ink and toner cartridges, that's totally up to you. That's at your discretion. Not me. What I would do in a case like that is if there's something specific, I would go to that particular, I'd go click on the user guide and I would scroll down to the, the glossary, whatever, the index, and say, okay, what do we got here? Let's see what I'm curious to know about. And then I would go to that page and print it out. Okay, that's how I do it. Now, I just want to state one other thing to you. The other buyer had stated, and I think the person, is not really didn't pay attention. Like I said, they claimed they didn't open the box up, but 1 minute they said they didn't open the box and it was missing a printer cable and no power adapter cable, no power cable. Now, I am not going to send you a printer with no power cable or no USB printer. Whenever I get printers, I always make sure it has a power cable and I always throw in a USB printer cable. Okay, so that is what you're going to be getting with this here. Okay, it's in the description. It's going to be in the it's going to be on the video as well. That I'm going to show you that what you're going to get, because I'm going to pull the plugs on these and show you what you're getting. And also, you're going to see for yourself that I don't send stuff like this out without cables. I never did that there. I don't do that. Okay. So, and again, if you are the lucky buyer of this printer and you do run into any issues, please don't wait 2 or 3 weeks to try to figure it out yourself. Email me via eBay, and I will try to assist you in any way I can. That happened once before. A buyer bought a printer from me. It was over 30 days late. And the buyer said to me, I guess it's too late to return. I said, yes, it is. I said, what's the problem? And he told me that he was having some situation with the printer. Wasn't printing out properly, whatever. I told him, I messaged him back. I said, you got to do the alignment test. And I said, perform the clean printer ink cartridge test. He did that. It worked. He said, everything is good. I'm sorry to bother you. I said, no problem. If I'm here to help you any way I can, I'll be more than happy to help you. But that's all you got to do, folks. I mean, that's basically it. It's pretty cut and dry. And now I just want to show you one last thing before we wrap this up here, because I don't want to keep rambling on. I'm going to go to eBay over here. If you are going to buy this printer, or you have any intentions of buying this printer, you might want to go, well, I don't want to go to selling. I want to do the lookup here. Just type in over here, Epson, okay, Epson, let's see, WF-2530 ink cartridges. They're probably gonna be inexpensive. I know that because I bought tons of these things. Not for this, well, for the printers, but my own. Okay, here you can see here they all range in prices. I would just get the basic setup, the basic set. Here you can get this over here. My other thing I would say is when you're buying non-OEM. Now, if you want to buy Epson, you know, the genuine OEM Epson cartridges, they're gonna run you a nice $1. Okay, so think about that. I always use I have a Brother HL2240 laser printer. I use to print out all my invoices and packing slips. And my HP 7520, I use that for my personal color printing in case I need to print something out in color. I don't buy any OEM or branded HP or branded Brother. They're expensive. To me, it's expensive. To other people say, well, 30, 40, 50 bucks, whatever for a car. That's okay. You know, if you got the money to play around with, that's great. I don't have that kind of money to play around and buy branded HP, you know, printer cartridges and toner. To me, it's a little expensive, especially when I'm getting the same performance out of it. I've been using these cartridges for years on my other printers. I have other HPs. Never had a problem with them. Honest to God, never had a problem with them. But here's what I would look right here. Here you're getting 5TX 200XL. Apparently he's selling you the high capacity ones. $8.95. You get 1 year warranty. Chip shows ink level. This is what you want to get. You want to get the cartridges that have ink levels on, because if you don't, the printer's not going to acknowledge it. It's not going to initialize the cartridges, and it's going to show probably, if it does, there's probably a way to show the ink level card. I don't know. There's probably a way to do it. I'll see maybe before we get off of this thing. I'm quite sure you can see it on the printer setup. It'll show you the ink collection. But if you get the ones with no chips, it just shows you like a blank line. That's what I had on my HP. I didn't know at the time. I bought them. I thought they all had ink chips, ink level chips, and they didn't. The ones I bought didn't have it. There was a workaround it though. HP had a workaround it, you know. So anyway, I would go to this guy here, unless you want to shop around. I mean, I don't know, maybe raw. See what he's got to offer. You know what my suggestion is too, folks? And I'm not saying this to be funny. You could always, you know, read the seller's feedback if you want. If you feel, you know, you want to be a little secure, make sure you're not, you know, you're getting a good deal. This guy's top rated. Would I buy from him? Yeah, I probably would. I definitely would buy from him. Not because he's top seller, but I would definitely buy from him. He seems like he's okay with this stuff here. And you can make a best offer too. You can make an offer. He's got 58 people watching it. You know, maybe if you went to his website and you said to him, I'll give you $7 or $6 for it. You know, he may accept it. He may decline it. Who knows? I don't know. But I would definitely go to him. Or if you want to see if you could shop around a little cheaper, you go back to the search results and you can sit there and look at it. I've done that once, a couple of times myself. I went back. There's only 207 listings for this here, so it's not that long if you did go looking for them. Here's a guy selling, I think, only 3. He's got for $5.99. But, you know, you want to get all of them. You want all 4. This guy is, like I said, $8.95. This guy's selling $4.65 just for 1. Then, of course, they got the continuous ink supply if you want to buy that. I don't play around with those. Here they got refillable ones, and these come empty, people. Don't think they come with ink. I thought that one time before. Actually, those things I'm thinking of getting those for myself, to be honest with you, for my HP, because, you know, I think I like to get these bottles that go with it. Well, this is for the Epson, but I was thinking of doing that myself. But again, he seems like he's pretty good price, that guy, to be honest with you. Okay, here's one $7.99. He's selling for $4. Yeah, it depends. You want to look around, you could go through up the whole 207. Here's a guy selling for $6.29. You get two black cartridges. So you see, you can get them cheap. Now, when you get them, make sure, I think on these here, if they have the ink level chip, one little tip. Sometimes they tell you to peel off the little piece of plastic that's on there. I think that's to let air in there, so like it doesn't create like a vacuum. If you take that off, this way the ink could go, it could get drawn in. If that's on there, the ink might not come out, and you're probably printing out blank pages. So just make sure when you're installing these print cartridges, if you do get them, that, you know, you take off that little tab. Just check and make sure it's telling you to remove it first. You know, they might have a different setup on the Epsons. I know on my HP they had a little thing I had to take off. Okay, but that's what you got to do. If you are interested in this printer, you think you're going to want to buy it, you might want to, I'm not trying to sell you a selling pitch here, you might want to place your bid, buy it, order your cartridges. This way, when you get it, when you get the printer, it'll probably be at the same time. Like, let's say you said, okay, I'm going to buy this printer tonight, and I'm going to order these cartridges here for $629. Hopefully, they'll get there at the same time. You get them, install them, work the printer the best you can. Like I said, it's pretty cut and dry. I got it to work, okay, except for printing because it needs cartridges. I don't think you're going to have any problem with it. And that's basically it. Once you get that set up, do the test, the alignment, the clean print cartridges test, and you should be good to go. One last tip, though. If you do have a problem where it doesn't print, which I doubt it will, you could always clean the print head. You take a little alcohol and a little rag and just try to clean it out without damaging anything, and you should be good to go. Okay? I offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on these printers, so you shouldn't have any problem. And I just want to see one thing over here before we go. And like I said again, I want to wrap this up. Let's see here. Open, see what's printing. Let's see what's up here. All right, that's the thing. We don't want that. I'm sorry, folks. I just want to see something over here. I want to see if they have any windows that you can see ink level chips. Let's see. Printer, scan profiles, properties, printer preferences. Let's see. Would that be in there? Okay, well, this doesn't really show you. It just shows you light to dark if you want to make the character darker or lighter. I'm sure they have it on here somewhere where you can see the ink level. I'm not really sure. Like I said, I don't really play around with the printers. But just remember, folks, definitely install the software. Okay? Definitely install that software. You go to that website. You go over here, do a Google, Epson WF-2530. Download that program, the one I showed you earlier, and you should be good to go. That's like, if you need a manual, the manuals are there. Okay? You just click on the downloads. It'll detect your system, depending what you have. It's 10, 8, 7, whatever XP. And it'll detect you. It'll detect it automatically. As you can see, it said over here detected. I didn't even click that on there. All I did is went to the website. So you should have no problem with this. Okay? But thank you very much, folks, for stopping by. I hope this helped you out in any way. Again, if you like what I do with these videos and you want to, subscribe to my channel, let's have you as a subscriber. If you think they're informative and they do get some, kind of knowledge out of it, please give it a thumbs up. And again, thanks again, folks, for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. I'm sorry that it took a lot longer than expected. Again, I rambled on. I want to try to keep this down to 15 minutes. It's now going on 32 minutes. I'm so sorry. But anyway, thanks again, guys. I will talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye now.